Alright. Wait till the... What are you doing? Ah, yeah, that ball. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna go right to that one. Let's see. I'm gonna do just that for now. Alright. Are you in there?
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California.
I want you to see if you can hear me over this crowd and the announcer.
On EA Sports.
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
I love his mobility, and I think he continues to get better and better as a pocket passer. But how about just clear intangibles that he brings to the position? Mental toughness, as well as a physical presence that helps power any offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Oh!
And that's caught inside the 30.
I should have intercepted that.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 69 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. Out comes the San Francisco offense as they are led out by their quarterback, the man known as Jimmy G. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, I mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And this is caught at the end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Already he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down. How about the start throwing the football?
Run it in there,
4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about...
And across the track into the end zone is a 49er touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line. because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. First down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected.
Down he goes. The 49ers get there. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Third and short yardage. Prescott.
Oh, you dropped it.
Incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Lots of guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo.
Almost.
Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon.
Oh,
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Flushed out, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This is Tony Pollard. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but nope.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
Oh, almost got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw.
Shit.
And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Raheem Mostert there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Got the connection here to Bourne. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners first down.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. Down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. Highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. The Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now Pollard. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Now a hit and a loose football.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down. Knock.
Shit. I messed up.
The ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
Oh.
And he rifles one incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
Shit.
And his throw here's incomplete.
That should have been picked.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Oh, I couldn't get near.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
No.
As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Tight.
1st down, Prescott.
Shit.
He finds his target, it's Schultz. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now there's a scoop down by the Niners. And they'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to
Oh, should have been touchdown.
And he's brought down after a very nice game. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll run with Mostert, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Now Pollard. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team.
What?
Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play. Prescott looks to throw on first. Able to hit his target, Lamb. Pass the and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown,
I missed him.
Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb. As the first half is winding down, and the Cowboys get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now James returning. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So we reach halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Cressy, you got a visitor.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The first play of the second half. A big success, over 30 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now.
Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to Elliott again. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Prescott over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Totally missed.
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now Elliott. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Right there, 54, right there.
Zeke going to get it on the option. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys cut into that lead.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Here's a good way to kick off the drive, complete over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Try to double team.
Now Garoppolo eluding the pressure.
Went the wrong way.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Tight.
Mostert. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Second down and goal. Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
You remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback and pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Gold with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And a loose football.
Fumble.
And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Oh, shit, that was close.
To throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Come on.
And that's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Should have been picked.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Oh, you got me.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's taken down inside the 30. forth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful.
Oh, I threw too hard.
Defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Oh, shit.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Right there. 54, right there.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Shit.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch
Just
54.
2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They'll throw again. Prescott to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
They
Almost
went
had a
5
pick
wide in
in
that
front of him.
offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit
I ran into him.
into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
I know.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Garoppolo looking to throw.
Oh,
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Garoppolo got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on off.
Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The former second-round pick back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo, trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
When Jimmy Garoppolo came out of Eastern Illinois, many people saw a strong-arm guy, well-schooled in the passing game, who needed a little bit of time to develop and reach his potential. Starting to go in that direction right now. A former linebacker in high school, he plays the game with a lot of toughness.
Garoppolo to try again on second down.
Again, looking for Samuel, this time the catch made.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10.
Oh, damn it.
Ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10
at the 34. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yard.
And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is?
Oh, come on, man.
One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Garoppolo again here on second and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Oh, I did it
But when
again.
this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense. that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Stop him.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it.
Shit.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Rager, 41 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Oh, but
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
wide open.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing out.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
And he knocks it through. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
Keep it at.
Get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
and he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12.
Now a hit and a loose football.
That back, boy.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year.
Oh, he was holding me. Thank you.
You don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Get out of here.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, couldn't get in there.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. San Francisco.
3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they moved the football.
Look, that's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as a quarterback, but like I said, it's the 2nd quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool, but he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays?
Just get there and bring him down.
Oh, State got him.
Do what you do.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. From the gun, it's Hurts.
This is caught by Jackson.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. For the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing it in here on second down, this time complete. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back.
And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out.
Oh, I couldn't tell
We've
from
had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a fine first half from quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But first down, Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Hurts.
Oh, should have picked it.
Incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. To return is Taylor. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On first down, Garoppolo.
Oh!
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
No!
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Come on, man!
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go! Do it! Here we go.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
Oh!
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. But it'll be second and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49-yard touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for two here.
Oh!
No, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion no good. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's caught by Jackson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend?
Hurts fumbles it. And this is going to be 49er football. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
An ideal beginning of the drive there is they'll get 20 and a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Oh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit and illegal contact on a quarterback. The defenders really have to get in line.
Garoppolo on first down.
Come on,
and
man.
that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
No! I think you'd agree that looked like the right
Penalty
call
me all
from
day
up here.
long.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big hit.
This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the 49ers add on to their lead. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
Oh, I ran into him.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Wow. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
That is a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week.
Oh, I
Even though
overthrew it.
Seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times. They don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, That allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar
I was
situation.
going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exact. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone.
Oh,
They intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Hurts fumbles it. And this is going to be 49er football.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried.
Come on, man.
But nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The defense of San Francisco marching back onto the field now. They are holding serve here at home. The fans were into this one. They did what they needed to do.
And right now I'm just cupping my hand to my ear and listening to the approval that they're getting from the home crowd right now.
That's actually true, by the way. He was physically cupping his hand to his ear.
A job well done. Exactly what you want to accomplish, though. Let's face it, we talk to every coach in the league. We want to take care of our home games. A stop.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Javon Kinlaw able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Oh, nope.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Throwing is Hurts.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So that penalty will back him up half the distance to the goal line. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different...
Day from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. This is Madden Football on EA Sports.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull off, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now it's it's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On second down, it's Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
So when you saw him dump it off,
I think he's out.
to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that third down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw the little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
Oh, bullshit.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the early lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
Athletic, accurate, strong arm, knows how to make something out of nothing, and is also an excellent leader.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Thank you.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, looking for Samuel. This time the catch made. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. Garoppolo again.
You got held up.
They're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is born. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused because they had to. Because
I messed up.
The yards on that penalty each and every time.
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 40. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is going to be 49er football. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That is caught in the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 30 yards. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Here's Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Garoppolo.
Oh!
And this is incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal.
Oh, he dropped it.
The end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
Oh, that up
in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this 1st half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time. I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season. Ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. For the Packers and Niners, this, of course, a rematch of the NFC Championship game from a year ago. And that game belonged to the 49ers. You might remember Raheem Mostert. Boy, he really made a name for himself in that one. 220 yards on the ground, 4 touchdown runs in the 37-20 victory that sent the 49ers to Miami. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On the delay, Jones. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown.
There you go.
A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get one step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flags.
And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Oh.
And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And the Niners are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. If you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. A fairly short kick from the... Now a hit and a loose football. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
That one caught by Ross Dwelly. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. And he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep the fingers away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Looking to throw.
Oh, come on.
Throwing middle, but
He
it's
didn't finish the route.
incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Shit.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now is really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on second down. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. From the gun, a run with Mostert.
Oh, my teammate was in the way. It'd have been gone.
45 before being tackled.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
No.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Thank you.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 16, Garoppolo. Samuel bringing in the slant. He's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel on the touchdown pass from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Now's the time. Don't give him nothing.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Ow.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Go.
It's scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for a 49er touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Nah.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear it. It's intercepted. It is. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. This in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Gold to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
What they call?
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Rodgers now on first down. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Slant to Adams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
All right, Samuel.
To throw is Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel.
Oh,
He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Yeah, we dominate today.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. On third and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
Oh, man, come on. Don't do us like that.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back.
He
gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Well, he'll let this go deep for Bourne. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
No.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Shit.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looking to throw.
Come on, throw the ball. What are you
From
doing?
behind and run over. Wow.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get this well past midfield. Before being stopped just before the 35. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll let this go deep.
Oh!
And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. But Charles, it's one thing to win it.